his club a historic 10th European Cup. Exactly 10 years after he and his home nation of Portugal lost the European Championship on that very same ground. But why talk about history that doesn't matter? For the first time in the 59-year history of the European Cup, for the 5th time, two teams from the same country meeting. 36-minute Igor Casillas. What are you doing, St. Iker? Caught out of position. Diego Godin gets the ball across the line. He's a hero. Atletico have a 1-0 lead. Let's jump to late in the game. 3rd minute of stoppage time. Real with a corner.
And it down! And we're level! 93rd minute! Sergio Ramos!
They needed a hero, and they got one in the form of Sergio Ramos. And even had Jose Bautista tweeting, "You have to be kidding me, hashtag Champions League." Thanks, Joey. 110th minute, Real looking for more.
That's brilliant, absolutely fantastic from Di Maria, and it's Gareth Bale who has nutted Real in front. And Gareth Bale, the world's most expensive player, may well have now headed Real towards La Decima.
They pay 100 million euros for him again. He comes up huge. 120th minute, now 3-1. Godin this time making his team pay. He takes down Cristiano Ronaldo in the area. Why do that? You think Ronaldo needs freebies? The most goals in a Champions League season ever, and that is why, ladies and gentlemen, you get to see his upper body. You think it works out? A little bit. Real winning La Decima, their 10th European Cup, thanks to that 4-1 win.
After 2 games, it didn't look like the NHL's Eastern Conference Final was going to provide much drama. Rangers led 2-0, and the Canadians were without their #1 goalie. But since then, we've seen suspensions, suspicious broken jaws, and uninvited coaches invading practices, all after the Habs got back into the series after a thrilling overtime win in Game 3. Luckily, Sean McKenzie is in New York City to sort it all out for us.
I don't have an update as far as time. He's hospital right now recovering from surgery, so that's all I got.
The Montreal Canadiens may need to see footage of the surgery to believe it. Amidst speculation from Montreal that Stepan could still play in Game 3, the Habs are suspicious.
Seems a little fishy to me. It seems like a little bit of a game.
By talking with a doctor, when a player's got an operation like that, it's really risky to play a player, so, but I don't know.
One guy who is not questioning the injury is the player who caused it. Brandon Press spoke for the first time since the hit and said he reached out to his former teammate and friend.
I did text Step. You know, originally I wasn't going to. I didn't think he was injured really. But once I found out that he had a broken jaw, I reached out to him. I texted him and just told him, you know, I feel awful. I didn't want to injure anybody. You know, especially a friend of mine. And you know, I told him exactly what I told you guys. You know, it's my first shift. I'm just trying to create some body contact, and you know, I feel awful. You know, you never want to hurt anybody, and you know, I hope he recovers well.
Stepan and Press likely won't be sitting down to dinner together anytime soon, but Stepan did respond to his text.
It was short, but yeah, he just, you know, I think he understands where I'm coming from, and it's a tough situation right now. I'm sure things will heal with time.
Since the hate between the players has gone to a new level, and so is the gamesmanship between the coaches. Michelle Therrien was upset on Saturday that Rangers GM Glenn Sather, as well as some of New York's assistant coaches, were watching the Habs practice. According to Therrien, come playoff time, it's an unwritten rule against them.
Well, there's always a gentleman agreement between 2 teams and general manager that United coaches are not allowed to attend practices between games. Game day is different, and so when we saw those assistant coaches there, they were not supposed to be there, so we let them know. It's respect for coaches that wants to make adjustment between games, and it's always been like that. That's the way it is.
Sean McKenzie, Sportsnet, New York.
So that series has been pretty good. Thanks for that, Sean. Now, Eugenie Bouchard took the tennis world by storm earlier this year when she reached the semifinals at the Aussie Open. On Saturday in Germany, Bouchard was looking to become the first Canadian woman to win a WTA title since Alexandra Wozniak back in 2008. Standing in her way of the Nuremberg Cup and her first WTA crown, Karolina Pliskova of the Czech Republic. Westmount, Quebec's Eugenie Bouchard. How nice would it be for her to get one under the belt now? Bouchard looking good early, breaking Pliskova. Twice in the opening set to take it in just 26 minutes. 6-2. But in the second set, Bouchard up 4-2. Well, she starts to unravel a little bit. Hits the smash wide. She dropped the next 4 games to lose the second set, 6-4. But the 20-year-old, well, regains her composure. Up 5-3 in the third. Bouchard rips a great passing shot, setting up match point.
It's been 6 years since a Canadian woman won a title. But you get at Bouchard to the left. She gets number 1 under her belt. Eugenie Bouchard. There's no champion, did it the hard way.
There it is, her first career tour victory. And you know, there's more where that came from.
I don't know. I mean, we were both battling, you know, at the beginning of the third set. It was so close, and I just kept trying to fight. And, you know, I'm happy that I was still able to play well late into the third set and get a title on clay. I love clay now.
You're going straight to Paris now. What are your expectations for the French Open?
Yeah, I actually have a flight tonight, so what time is it? I'll make it. Yeah, I'm really excited. Of course, the second Grand Slam of the year, and I think I've had great preparation. You know, this week has really helped me get ready, and just looking forward to playing some great tennis.
A lot of pinties being eaten tonight. Straight ahead, going for glory. The Edmonton Oil Kings and the Guelph Storm get set to battle for junior hockey supremacy at the MasterCard.